First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. This is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler, and thanks for joining us. We are live streaming here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. We're here every weekday. We start at 1 and we go throughout the afternoon, and we'll cover everything from breaking news to events going on to all kinds of different things. But this is something that we have been talking about quite a bit, and that is the storms that have been coming through here over the last week, the atmospheric rivers. We had those big winds last night that knocked out power for a lot of people in the area. One report up to about 200,000 people actually in the region lost power. That's a lot of them have it back, but some people are still out, and we have more coming tomorrow. So we want to talk about what's happened so far and just how different organizations are working to mitigate some of these issues and tackle some of the things that are going on, and also how you can prepare for what's coming up. And right now, we're going to talk to Erin Zysett from the Oregon Department of Emergency Management. And Erin, so great to have you on here. I appreciate your time. I'm sure this has been a very busy last 24 hours or even week and a half for you all and your team. And I guess to start off, can you talk to us, just about what you saw here over this last one, last night into today, and what some of your teams are doing?
Yeah, so the winds blew in last night. A lot of us got a early morning wake-up call around 3 o'clock in the morning with wind gusts. I know I had some crashing outside of things that I didn't properly secure. So note to everyone, make sure that if you have anything outside in your yard that it is properly secured. But the wind took down a lot of trees and power lines. We've had some power outages. Crews are currently working on clearing those roads and getting that power up for folks. But we are looking forward to the fact that we have another atmospheric river coming in on the heels of one that hit this past weekend. We know that in Lincoln City, there was a large landslide during the first atmospheric river. And that landslide is still active, and we are asking people to stay away from that area. We haven't even been able to send our own people in. We are just taking aerial images of it because the ground is still settling. And it's really important that people stay out of the area and stay safe.
Yeah, that's, I believe those are some of the images right there of that one over near Siletz with that giant landslide that happened. Is that the one that you were referencing, or is there another one?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the one. That's the one in Lincoln County near the Siletz River.
Yeah, and
that happened on December 12th over the weekend.
And this is one of those ones too where, as you mentioned, it's still active. So if somebody does, encounter like a landslide, say they're out driving, and which is the potential could certainly be there with more precipitation coming. What do you do if you do witness one of these, or say you're driving down one of those country roads and you come across something like that?
It's always best to turn around and go around. That goes for floods and for landslides. It's hard to tell just by looking at a landslide how stable it is. Even if it seems small to you, you don't know how deep it goes, you don't know how high it goes, you don't know what's going to actually trigger it. If you encounter floodwater, because this is something that we are going to see coming with this new atmospheric river. Rivers are already swollen, and a lot of areas are at risk of flooding. So if you come across floodwaters or flooded rivers, even a few inches of flooded water on the roadway can sweep your car away. It is really, really vitally important that people do not drive through or walk through floodwaters, and that they avoid landslides. And you can always call non-emergency numbers to your county or a local sheriff or local police. If you see a landslide and you don't see any signage out and you don't know if it's been reported yet, feel free to call the non-emergency number and let folks know, and they can notify the emergency coordination and operations centers.
And with the flooding that we are expecting, there's a flood watch for a lot of Northwest Oregon and Southwest Washington coming in for a while, I think through Saturday right now. That can always change.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of water that's coming in. So if you're anticipating some of this flooding, potential more landslides, what are some of the things that that people can do to just have themselves prepared in the event of being near something like that?
So the first thing you can do is sign up for alerts. And go to oralert.gov, and it will re-navigate you based on your zip code to where you can sign up for your county alerts. You're going to get real-time emergency alerts from your emergency manager. That's super important. That's how you get your evacuation notices. familiarize yourself with the evacuation levels. It's, 1, 2, 3, be ready, get set, go now. If you have any mobility issues or challenges, we always tell folks if they have durable medical equipment or they think that their evacuation time is going to be a little slower, to treat that as one step up. So if it's a 1, treat it like a 2. If it's a 2, treat it like a 3. Give yourself as much time as possible and really heed those evacuation notices. Make sure you have your vital documents with you, a go bag, your evacuation routes, and always check tripcheck.com or call 511. That can give you real-time road conditions. ODOT does a great job of keeping that up to date. So you know where there might be washouts and know where you're going to go.
Those are all, really good advice there of being aware of that, especially if you're in some of those regions where that could be happening, which, it could be a lot of places where we could experience this. From that standpoint, is there anything else that you think is really important that people should be thinking about or know? I mean, you gave us a good list right there, but just to be thinking about when it comes to this, because I know, here in the Northwest, it's like, okay, yeah, we're used to rain, but this is different. This is a different kind of situation.
Yeah. This is a lot of water, and the water is destabilizing ground. And then couple that with windstorms, you're going to have trees, you're going to have tree limbs. You may even have trees falling. Just being aware of your surroundings, having situational awareness and what the hazards are around you. If you go out walking, don't walk under large trees. There may have been branches that were loosened. They're called widow makers for a reason. It's very dangerous to get hit in the head by a falling tree limb, so maybe avoid areas with a lot of trees. Definitely avoid areas where there are known landslides. Just hunker down in place as much as possible unless you get an evacuation notice. And it's just always a good reminder for everyone. Call your insurance agent, whether you're an owner or a renter. Check your homeowner's insurance or your renter's insurance and make sure that you are covered for all the hazards in your area. Flooding insurance and landslide insurance are not usually included and in a standard policy, and your agent can help direct you to where you can get those additional insurances. Right now for this storm, it's a bit late to sign up for that stuff because it takes about 30 days, but it's a good time and a good reminder. Do that annual check. Make sure that you are covered for all the hazards in your area. That includes earthquakes, landslides, flooding, ice storms, wildfires, right? Make sure you've got coverage because that is going to be the key to your recovery if your home is destroyed.
That is some really good advice, to be thinking about that. And sometimes I would imagine people just think, oh, I have home insurance, this is what that's for. But yeah, those policies, that is very important. So yeah, some great advice there. Well, anything else that you think is important, Erin?
Just that we are always prioritizing human health and safety. And that's why we haven't sent people into that large landslide in Lincoln County yet, because it's not stable. Once it's stabilized, we'll be able to send people in and get a good assessment. There is debris that is currently washing up on the river banks and also in some of the bays in that area. There are some bins that are put out. We are discouraging people from cleaning up debris right now. People are really gung ho. They really want to, clean up. They want to get started. But I would advise people to wait until city officials tell you you've got the go ahead to go do some cleanup. If you do insist on doing debris cleanup, make sure you're wearing really sturdy gloves. You're up to date on all of your vaccines like tetanus and hepatitis. You're wearing really sturdy shoes, and maybe avoid doing it during a huge storm.
Gotcha. All very solid advice there for everybody. And this is going to be a few days here for this as well. So we have this one coming in.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to take a while for that water too to really fill in those rivers, I would imagine. So that's why that flood watch goes through Saturday.
Absolutely.
Well, Erin, thank you very much.
And watch the levels of the water around you. Just definitely watch the levels of the water around you. And if even if you haven't gotten an evacuation notice, if you don't feel comfortable, trust your gut and get out.
Yeah, just get away from it. And reiterating too, again, what you mentioned, don't try to go through flood water. It doesn't take very much.
Correct.
There's very few inches can even wash your car away or yourself. And so, Yeah, be safe. Be safe out there. Well, Erin, thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate your time and just walking
You're
through
welcome.
this. And, it's good reminders for everybody. So thank you for being here on Fox 12 Now.
Anytime. Thank you so much.
You bet. And for everybody watching, we're going to go ahead and take a break now. But thank you for being here. This is Fox 12 Now. If there's any breaking news that happens between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m., I'll be here with that. And we'll have lots of coverage on this weather and this system, of course, on the Fox 12 Weather app or KPTV.com or wherever you're finding me right now. We'll be here with that for any kind of updates that are needed. But we'll sign off for right now. Talk